polls have closed in Thailand's violent general election with reports of 4 deaths. There was gunfire and panic on the streets of Bangkok as protesters forced voting to be cancelled in some areas.
It was meant to be their day. Voters, whether pro-government or simply demanding their right to vote, protesting outside a polling station that had closed down after an anti-government protest. A short while later, they stormed the building. Eventually, these voters were convinced to file police complaint forms and go home. One of the first people who did manage to vote on election day was the Prime Minister.
Prime Minister Yingluck has come to cast her vote. She's been insistent that this election must go ahead despite anti-government protests that didn't want this election to go ahead and for calls for her to step down.
Those against this election boycotted it because they believed it wouldn't achieve their demands to cleanse Thai politics of corruption. The government denies allegations of corruption. Prime Minister Yingluck insisting she will only go if people vote her out of government. Anti-government protesters may not have been able to completely shut down Bangkok as they planned to, but they have significantly disrupted the election. Protesters have stopped candidates from registering, they've blocked the delivery of ballot boxes, and they prevented voters from casting their ballots. Now Thailand must hold by-elections, which are set to maintain the turmoil in Thailand's political landscape. This has been an inconclusive election, a victory for anti-government protesters as they marched out as polls closed.